What's up team? Welcome back. So our last episode over 2 weeks ago now was all about macros, their jobs when it comes to our training and performance. Episode number 3 today is all about what?
Do we need to track our calories? Don't forget guys, we love to have a discussion in our videos. In the comments below, let us know your opinions. Do you track calories? Have you tried it in the past? Did it work for you? What did you like and what did you dislike?
So do we believe that tracking calories is essential?
I don't think we do, but we do think that everyone should do it for a short while, and here is why.
It's really important to track what's in the foods that we commonly eat. And by commonly, we are all creatures of habit. We have 5 or 6 go-to meals and we do not really stray from that. We might move an ingredient from here to here when we're feeling a little bit crazy, but trust me, the amount of power that you will gain by knowing what's in those foods is unbelievable.
Absolutely. And by short-term tracking what's in your diet, you gain a lot of power long-term and you actually won't need to track anymore. We know our diets very well. We can look at foods and see what's in them and roughly gauge where our calories are and our macronutrients without actually even really thinking about them because it comes subconscious. So this is why tracking just for a short term is really important, because you probably won't realize how many calories or how many carbs or fat is in certain foods you eat. And doing this just gives you more knowledge, and knowledge is power. Conversely, we just talked about knowing what you're getting. You also know what you're not getting. If you're tracking your macros and you find that your carbs are super low and you're not doing it on purpose, maybe that's something you can explore. You can even see if your vitamins and minerals, maybe your iron is super low. Maybe your saturated fat is through the roof and you could do with getting some better sources of fat in your diet also.
The most beneficial thing by far, especially coming from a coach's perspective with tracking calories, is it takes away all of the guesswork.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your goal is, we need to establish maintenance calories, and by tracking short term and tracking your weight short term, we can get those nailed, and then we can worry about the surplus or deficit depending on what the goal is.
Sweet spots, real quickly. Ideally for weight gain, 1 pound every 2 weeks. That will allow you to gain muscle without too much fat. About 1% of total body weight or 1 pound a week is ideal fat loss. Before we touch on a few of the things that we're not so keen on when it comes to tracking calories, let's talk about one of the things that we do think is great, and that's accountability. This is one of the most important things with training. If you can't be accountable to yourself, or to your training partner, that's when having a coach or a PT comes in, because you're paying them hard-earned money. You value your money maybe more than you do your fitness at this point in time or your health at this point in time. By having something that you valued kind of tied up into a goal, it makes you more accountable. It makes you more likely to succeed and continually be consistent.
One of the dark sides of tracking calories, I've heard this over and over again with some of my clients, and that is the obsessive nature of it. Basically, they get to the point where if they don't hit their macros perfectly every single day, they're a gram out, they're angry, they've failed, and they get really stressed about it. Their calories go over or under by a couple each day. It's just remembering, like, it's a long-term game, right?
Understand there's about 10% variance in calories that are on the back of labels anyway. Also, fat loss or muscle gain isn't done in a 24-hour period. Look at it at a bigger scale. Look at it a week if you want to. For example, if one day, Monday, you overeat by 200 calories, but then quick maths, but the next 4 days you undereat by 50, your net is exactly the same at the end of the week. You're still in a calorie deficit. On the subject of calories not always being accurate, we know there's going to be discrepancies on the back of cans or packages, whatever you're buying food from, but understand companies can do things like take the total fiber away from the total calories. So you're actually eating more calories than you think you're eating. Also, if you understand what a calorie is as a unit of energy, you'll start to probably have quite a different outlook on the foods that you eat. Calories are basically calculated in a thing called a calorie bomb. It's basically a big metal vat in a swimming pool. They electrocute whatever food's in it, and however many degrees that heats the water up will tell you how many calories are in that food.
There you go.
Like that?
And just to expand a little bit more on what JC was saying about foods not always being accurate, these public references, these apps that we're using, I could input whatever I liked. Do a little test, put in, search 2 slices of toast. and see the amount of variance from the list that will come up. Some will say it's got 10 calories per slice, some will say it's got 500 calories. So just be aware of that.
People will diet and say they pick the 10, the people that are bulking will pick the 500 every time.
Yeah, exactly that. And also one other thing that a lot of people tend to get wrong, we need to remember that not all foods are created equally. So many people get caught up with, right, I just need to hit my calories, I just need to hit my macros, but they don't care where their food sources are coming from. And what we want to educate ourselves on long term is about getting good nutritious sources.
Also, don't be this guy or girl. I've done it on many occasions. Oh, I've got no calories left, but I really want that chocolate bar. MyFitnessPal profile goals, calories up by 500. Yay, it's a good day.
And then also as well, there's another one. You get to the end of the day and you're like, oh, I really fancy this. Oh, but I didn't put my training in today, so I'm gonna add my training so it gives me calories back. Don't do that.
On that note, guys, we're gonna go. Hope you enjoyed episode number 3. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to leave your comments below on how you find tracking macros. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
In episode number 4, we're gonna be talking about our relationship with protein and has it got a little bit obsessive, so look out for that one next week, guys.